Um, G'day, church. It's great to be with you. We're in our May mission month, so as part of that, we're getting uh, mission partners that we have as a church to come along and share, and I'm just doing a brief interview. So welcome, Steve. It's good to have you.
Hey, Marcus.
The first question that I have, we've already partially answered, is who are you? What do you do? And how is it part of God's mission in the world?
Yeah, great question. So I'm Steve Frost. I am the founder and director of Horizons Family Law Centre. And what Horizons does, we get alongside families who are in crisis, families going through family breakdown, particularly families where there's a history of domestic violence or high conflict. And we try and provide legal help to those families to help them remake themselves and have a better season emerge for them and for their kids. So we do that in collaboration with a whole heap of different people, with local churches, with government-funded family relationship centre organisations who provide mediation help. We do it with domestic violence counsellors, and obviously we do it with the courts where necessary. And where we reckon that fits into the mission of God on the face of planet Earth is, I think God is pro-restoration, and so helping families that are going through breakdown figure out what a next season of wholeness could possibly look like. I think God is pro-kids. I think he's pro-vulnerable people. I think he's pro-safety. I think he's anti-hatred. And I just think he's in the business of taking everybody's skills, whatever that might be, and using it to grow more love, more restoration, less hate, more safety, and a whole bunch of things that we're actually able to try and grow through the work that we do.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man. And what are the challenges and the opportunities in this weird COVID-19 season that we're currently in for you as an organisation?
Look, let's take the kind of good news first and deal with the opportunities. There's heaps of opportunities. I always feel a bit regretful that our organisation has any opportunities because I wish the work that we do wasn't needed. But families in our community have just as many problems now as they had a month and a half ago, and laid on top of those problems are all the challenges to do with homeschooling your kids and not getting a break from your partner and potentially having lost jobs and being under even greater financial strain. So the type of fault lines in the community that we exist to serve in the first place are still there, and if anything are exacerbated. We're at a point in time where the big, gigantic organisations that the government has set up to help families in crisis remake themselves, the courts, legal aid, the government-funded family relationship centres, because of their size, they're absolutely doing their best to adjust to the challenges as quickly as they can. But an organisation like us that's made up of 9 people can just pull off organisational change and changes in service delivery at a pace that an organisation with thousands of people and dozens of officers just can't do. So the courts are still open, they're still doing their work, but there's lots of things they can't do as quickly as they were doing 2 months ago. The local court aren't running defended hearings, they're not sending people to jail. Apprehended violence order applications are being relisted from April to September, which if you're a woman who's in need of protection or a child who's in need of protection is a long time to wait for a magistrate to help you. Legal aid has closed all their front doors and haven't yet got video conferencing set up, so everything's being done by phone, which is still of value, but there's a bunch of people who ideally would have more than that. And the mediation services that we work alongside aren't doing mediations at the moment, helping people sort things out outside of court. So the opportunities that are there are just for us to be imaginative, be creative, shift to video conferencing supernaturally fast, and just really dial up the level of private negotiation that we engage in to try and help people solve their problem by email and phone calls and just practical means where we can. And there's a huge opportunity for us just trying to cheer people on who are really having their hope challenged at the moment. And for some people, that's people who are trying to make their families more safe, who see the court process moving away from them, not closer to them, and trying to help them keep hoping that can work for them, even with the current challenges. And then we've actually just got a heap of guys that we're helping at the moment who have had problems. Maybe it's an alcohol problem or a problem with their behaviour, who weren't seeing their kids but were really close to seeing their kids when all of the boom gate from COVID dropped. And they're just really struggling at the moment. So we had a number of calls all in 1 week of guys who were at genuine risk of ending their lives. And just to try and be a realistic voice of hope to people, sometimes on a daily basis, to just say, just stick at it, keep going, to do what we can to get them some small wins until the world gets back a bit more to normal. They're the opportunities. The challenges are just everything's harder now than it was 2 months ago.
Yep. Thanks, mate. Thanks. And as you think about your support churches and your partners in this mission, what do you need from us at this time?
Look, all prayer is appreciated. We went into the zombie apocalypse with a broken phone system, and all the people who can fix it are currently in a country that's on full and complete lockdown. And so we've had to come up with some good Australian solutions to that problem at a time where everything's shifting to phones. So we have that solved, but the stability of that solution kind of comes and goes a little bit. So feel free to pray for stability of the telephone and IT things that we've got in place at the moment. They don't sound like really spiritual things to pray for, but that's our connecting point to people in need at the moment. Pray for our team. Pray that we would love each other well. The first 2 or 3 weeks of working from home with some of our team, homeschooling primary school age kids at the same time as trying to deliver legal help was really hard. And that really meant we needed to have each other's backs and, pick up slack for each other in different ways. If anyone in our supporting churches knows any of our team personally, just to be checking in on them and seeing how they're going and cheering them on, and just reminding them that, the things that we're doing that are harder than normal are still really, really valuable. They're kind of the ways. We actually, in the great kindness of Christ and having lived through the GFC back in 2008, we've actually been planning financially for something like this for about 12 years. And so, we're just in a really kind position where we're not needing to reach out to churches in a crisis kind of sense around funding. We just value everything you've ever given us, and we've tried to be faithful with that over the years to make sure that if something like this happened, we could still keep serving the people who need our help. And so in that regard, we're fine.
It's wonderful. Well, thanks a lot for giving us this time, and be assured of our continued prayers. And thanks for what you do in God's kingdom. It's amazing.
We love our work, and we love the people who make it possible. So thanks heaps for your personal friendship to me, and the friendship that Riverstone Baps has always shown towards Horizons in the work that we do. We love you heaps.
God bless you, mate.
Cheers, man.